Outstanding record at 10-1 so far. He's really shown a lot, and he has a lot to recommend in this fight tonight. There you see that record I mentioned at 10-1, also a draw in there. Not a lot of KOs, obviously, but this is a guy who's still an action fighter, and he throws a lot of big punches. And he is a guy who really brings a lot to the table in this fight tonight, going up against a former gold medalist. And I think that's going to be a big step up. As you see, Salas, look at the speed in which he throws his punches, and he throws them with a lot of intent, especially when he throws the left hook to the body. You saw it right there. It's among his most vicious weapons, and it really does a lot of damage to his opposition. And he is here to fight, and he is here to win tonight.
Well, let's talk about Abdullaev, on the other hand. It's to be the first time that he has gone 10 rounds. I think it's clear that he's taking a pretty good size step up to face a guy like Salas tonight.
Well, I think it's interesting that he and his manager, Vlad Wharton, who you see, actually his promoter, Vlad Wharton, who you see behind him directly, are willing to take this match because he's going up against a fighter who's a good fighter. Now, Abdullaev is 6-0. He has 5 KOs to his credit so far, so only one guy's been able to go the distance, but his fights have not been a long distance, certainly not like tonight. We saw him not too long ago against Jesus Santiago, and in this fight, he basically was just this warrior type, just moving forward and beating down his opponents. That's what he does. Santiago decides that was enough right there, and Abdullaev had his 6th consecutive triumph. He is a guy who will come in there. You see his trainer, Kenny Adams, and he is a warrior type. He is there to just beat you down until you fall.
And I think he's going to have to beat tonight in order to beat Joel Salas. Clearly a step up for him. Let's go to the center of the ring. Sean O'Grady's going to get a word, I believe, with both guys. Sean?
Yeah, I'm first going to talk to Joel Salas. You know, you're fighting Muhammad, who is extremely strong. He's very aggressive, especially right at the front. What are your plan?
Well, I just plan to box him and take him deep waters.
You're going to take your time and try to get into the later rounds?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, well, I want to go over to Joel and find out what your opponent's going to do. Let me go over and talk to Muhammad and find out. Muhammad, I know you're a strong fighter. You move on the inside. You're very aggressive. Are you ready to plan to attack tonight? Go right after him.
He's very, very ready, and he's intending to win. He's going to be putting a win up today.
He's always fun to watch. He gets on the inside and fights his heart out. How about that, guys? Barry, Rich?
I think this is going to be a very good fight. Right now, let's get to the center of the ring announcer, Amy Hayes. Amy?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Goose and Tudor Promotions, in association with the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Honda and Cabo Wabo, would like to present to you Sunday Night Fights on Fox Sports Net. Yeah, there you go. I didn't expect that. All bouts are under the auspices of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dr. Luther Mack, Commissioners Amy Ayub, Dr. Flip Hamansky, Dr. Tony Alamo, John Bailey, and Executive Director in attendance, Mr. Mark Ratner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our first bout of the evening, 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 147 pounds, with a record of 10 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout from Oxnard, California, Joel Salas. And his opponent, to my right, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 148 pounds, with a record of 6 wins, 0 losses, 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout from Uzbekistan, now fighting out of Las Vegas, Mohammed Abdullaev. Your referee and man in charge, Tony Weeks. Judges, Chuck Chiappa, Robert Hoyle, and Al Lefkowitz.
Okay, Chief, okay, you already see your instructions in your dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Okay, right here is good. Anything below that's going to be low. Right here is good. Anything below that's going to be low. Any questions? Protect yourselves at all times. Here we go.
Take a look at the tail of the tape. It's brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Just for Men, more than a hair color. It's the Rejuvenator. And the numbers of these two are fairly comparable. Salas has had more fights. He's more experienced. He's lost only once. He's got a couple of inches of height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage as well. Also, he's 7 years the junior of Abdullaev. Simply said, Rich, I think this is going to be a very tough fight for Abdullaev.
Well, Salas is a guy who can utilize the ring, and he throws a lot of punches. Now, he throws wide punches, Barry, so in terms of style, Abdullaev is going to want to get inside, although his trainer, Kenny Adams, has been trying to teach him to utilize more jabs. He said, actually, in this fight tonight, he may not do that because he's going to kind of want to come inside those wide shots and try to get inside and work inside against Salas here tonight.
Counter left hand by Abdullaev and another. As Salas is dropping that right hand a little bit, he's there for counter left.
In fact, we saw a few weeks ago against Santiago, I thought that Abdullaev looked a little rough around the edges yet, despite his outstanding and long amateur career that he had.
But, you know, I do agree with Vlad Wharton and what he's doing in stepping Abdullaev up in class. He's 28 years of age, so the clock is ticking a little bit at least. He's not old, certainly, but there he's going to be on an accelerated plan. And, you know, the truth of the matter is, even if he happens to lose this fight, it's not the end of the world.
Vlad Wharton saw him in the Olympic Games. Then Vlad Wharton went actually to Uzbekistan to promote a special boxing card there, and while he was there, signed him to a promotional agreement. And Abdullaev was able to come here to the United States now and really get going as a professional.
It's been a rather even first round. Each man has had his moments, but the one thing that you really can see Salas dropping his right hand, and that could be a problem for him.
Abdullaev, as I look at the two of them here, he just looks physically stronger. He'll try to impose his will, try to impose his strength on Salas during the course of the fight to help wear him down.
Now look where Salas's right hand is, right about at shoulder height. And you can see he's catching a lot of left hands from Abdullaev. Right there.
Stop. There you go.
That's what Salas wants to do. He wants to see if he can out-hustle Abdullaev. That's the strategy for him.
Been a very competitive first round here. Each man has had his moments.
Oh,
That was low. Very way low.
Time. Get over there. 5 minutes, take 5 minutes, hold on. Come on. Last one, all right? Keep them up, all right? You okay?
Last warning.
You okay? Want to continue? Okay, there we go. Time here, let's go.
He could have had up to 5 minutes if he wanted to recover, but Abdullaev came through that without much problem. Salas is not a guy who has a lot of power. And sometimes when he throws the right hand, he doesn't throw it correctly with his whole body to get all of his power and body into it. So he needs to throw a high volume of punches. Abdullaev is the man with the greater power in this fight, to be sure.
Abdullaev, though, even though he does have some power, not a guy who's likely to get you out of there with one punch, but he will wear you out.
No.
Clearly the stronger puncher.
Time! Whoa.
End of one. Active first round.
Yeah, very good round. Interesting to watch, no doubt about it.
All right, Rich, let's take a look at our Western Union fighter profile.
All right, you're looking at Joel Salas, his nickname Platanito. A kid who likes to utilize an aggressive style, although he's got an aggressive guy there in front of him. This is a guy who's got good hand speed, and we haven't seen yet that left hook to the body, but that's his big punch. And remember, as we talk about all that amateur experience that his opponent has, this is a guy, Salas, who started boxing when he was 10 years old. He's got plenty of experience himself. Across the way, you see Muhammad Abdullaev, 2000 Olympic gold medalist, and he beat a great fighter, Ricardo Williams, in the finals. And he's got plenty of strength, which he throws into his offense. He's an offensive fighter. If this fight stretches into the later rounds, then there'd be the question mark.
Come on, keep him up.
Take a look at the low blow now from Salas, no question about it.
Go.
He was kind of bending down as he threw it, though, basically, and got couldn't really avoid, apparently, at that point, throwing that left hook to the body low.
So round number two. Now Salas has that right hand up a little bit more. I'm sure that was mentioned in his corner.
Abdullaev won the 2000 Olympic gold medal. That was at 139 pounds. I mentioned that he won over Ricardo Williams of the United States in the finals. And earlier than that, he defeated Miguel Cotto, who was just an outstanding, a sensational professional prospect, and who I thought personally was going to be about the best boxer to go into the Olympic Games in the year 2000.
So he's had quality wins, and of course, a high quality of amateur competition.
Salas keeping his hands extended now, way out in front of him in a defensive stance. Trying to show Abdullaev a little bit of a different look if he can here in round 2. Boy, Abdullaev just looks like he's going to connect with that overhand right.
Good right there as he came with that overhand right.
Because what happens is Salas is keeping his left hand low at times, or he's not bringing it back straight up. He's bringing it back low. Look how low it is right there. An opportunity for Abdullaev. It looks like that might be the opening for him in this fight. For the overhand right.
Salas actually has what he will do on occasion, more than occasion, he'll drop not only the left hand, he'll drop both hands. We were talking about his right hand and how he keeps it at shoulder or chest level also. Right now, both hands down at his chest. Now, against the lesser opponent, maybe you can get away with that. Against the guy who's going to press you like Abdullaev, it's not so easy.
Abdullaev is now living here in Las Vegas. He was a poor kid in Uzbekistan, but he's got his own apartment here. He's studying English. He's got a car. He went to the fights just last week in Phoenix. When he got off the plane, he came here. He said to Vlad Wharton, "You know, this feels like home. I feel like I'm home."
A little bit more neon.
Stop. Let me take back.
There's a welt under the left eye of Salas now. Clash of heads there also.
Let him go. Step back.
Salas just trying to throw that high volume of punches here. See if he can outscore Abdullaev. There was a nice jab by Salas as he was backing away. Kind of interrupted that forward march of Abdullaev.
Good left hand by Abdullaev. Abdullaev just stalking Salas. Salas not doing as much business offensively in the second round. End of round 2. We're coming back. Ha! You're calling yourselves radical. That's right. On Fox Sports Net. Round number 3. Abdullaev pressed the action more in the second round. Salas didn't do as much.
And Kenny Adams, his trainer in his corner, just telling Abdullaev, pressure, pressure, pressure.
Told him his jab was working good. There's blood coming from someplace. I can't quite figure out where. It looks as though it might be below, I believe, the left eye. I don't believe that there's a cut. I don't believe it's above the eye. I believe it's below the eye of Salas.
I think it's actually on the cheek. At least that's
Come on,
where the
hands free.
stream
Don't
of
hold.
blood is right now.
Stop. Come on, hold on. Come on.
Abdullaev working at a faster pace in this fight, and I believe more impressive than he was a few weeks ago, the first time we saw him against Santiago. Again, a low blow. This may cost Salas a point.
Last warning. That's your last warning. Okay? Over there. Get over there. Stay over there. Stay over here. You okay? You okay? You ready? You ready? Okay, here we go. Time in. Last one. Here we go.
A good, solid right hand staggered Salas.
That's the one I talked about earlier, the one I was waiting for. Salas a little lazy defensively with that left hand, Barry.
Abdullaev fighting like a very confident fighter right at the moment.
Come on, watch your heads.
Near clash of heads a moment ago. Let's go to Salas' corner. Sean Brady's there, champ.
Oh, guys, you can just feel the tension here in this corner. Father Jose upset that Joel is sitting in too much. He wants him moving, bobbing, weaving, moving that head. Also, you guys had mentioned there is a little bit of a cut, a little abrasion underneath the left eye that he's got to protect. Look at him carrying that left hand down. Oh, he gets trapped again. How about that, guys?
Yeah, Salas actually unleashing a little offense here, Rich.
Yeah, he's finally throwing, he's landing some combinations. Earlier, he'd been throwing some, missing. That time, he managed to find the mark. It was a good rally by Salas. I think his best of the fight. Abdullaev celebrating, by the way, this week the birth of his third daughter. His wife and his 3 daughters are still back in Uzbekistan.
It is a long way from Uzbekistan to Las Vegas, literally and figuratively. Salas gets the jab in. Salas a little bit more business here. Ooh, big right hand by Abdullaev again.
Now, there's that one big right on the judges' scorecards negate all of the work that Salas has done this round.
I don't know. Not on my card. The left hand again slipped in by Abdullaev at the bell.
Ha! Somebody has a new bread.
Punch for him, and a big mistake that Salas keeps making in this fight.
He got rocked a couple of times by Abdullaev, but I thought he won the round. I thought he did a little bit more than Abdullaev. And again, 3 or 4 punch combination, then gets out.
It's tough for him, though, because he doesn't have big power, Barry, so it's tough for him to keep Abdullaev at bay.
Most of those were caught on the gloves, except that left hand. One slipped in.
But this is the right thing for Salas to be doing. Combination punches, punches and bunches.
No, step back. Come on. Let me go.
An uppercut just a little short.
I talked to trainer Kenny Adams yesterday of Abdullaev, and I asked him about him, and he says, you know, I'm not having him do too much sparring and training for fights, because he even will catch a lot of punches, Abdullaev, in training, because he's a warrior type. This is the way he fights. So he's going to come forward and he's going to catch. So he doesn't want him catching too much in sparring to get ready for these fights, because he knows he's going to get some punches in the fights themselves. So warrior type.
Yeah, Kenny Adams, a guy that's been around the track a couple times.
Yeah, he's had a lot of good fighters. Kenny Adams has. He's a tough disciplinarian.
Yes,
Not all
is.
fighters can hang with Kenny as their trainer.
No, Kenny's an Army guy.
No, stop. Watch the punches back. Come on. Stop. Come on, hands me. Come on, stop.
This is round 4 of a 10-round fight, our main event. Glenn Johnson and Derek Harmon in the light heavyweight division still to come. So a couple of good 10-rounders on tap for you tonight.
Stop.
Now, Salas clearly wants to get this into the later rounds. He'll feel he might have an advantage there, because he's traveled into the later rounds. Abdullaev is not.
He's actually had some success here in the last couple of rounds, too, and he's getting Abdullaev to miss. Didn't miss with that left hand, though.
Hands me. Stop punching.
Blood from the nose and blood from a cut that appears to be like on the scalp of Salas, probably caused by a headbutt.
Oh, let go. Ah.
Let's go to Sean O'Grady right now, who is with Glenn Johnson. Sean?
Thanks, guys. I got Glenn Johnson, and he is ready.
Guy too. Abdullaev now gets on the offense, drives Salas into a corner. Salas manages to throw a punch and get out of there, and then make Abdullaev miss.
Hands free.
A lot of blood, but really it's not a cut. I don't believe it's going to affect things too much, although the nose of Salas bleeding pretty profusely.
Go. Hands free. Stop punching.
On Rich's card, 39-37 for Abdullaev.
So far, I just feel he's been too strong for Salas. And strength does play a part in these fights.
Certainly in the minds of the judges, it does.
And when you've got a fighter who outstrengths you, you've got to find a way to counter that.
That was a pretty good body shot by Salas a moment ago. It actually lifted Abdullaev's foot off the ground.
Salas has been a good body puncher so far in his career. One of the best things he does.
Two right hands by Abdullaev. left hand by Salas.
Salas very tenacious. He'll throw a lot of punches, and he'll throw hard, especially to the body.
Stop punching, I get you.
And along the way, he's fought some good fighters, Salas, so he's not like overwhelmed by the sight of Abdullaev in front of him. He fought, and in fact, he defeaed Armando Velardes, who was 10-0 when they met.
No, get up.
A lot of blood from the nose of Salas. It could mean that he's broken the nose. Not stopping him from throwing punches, though.
Hands free. Hands free. Oh, come on. Watch both of you. Both of you. Hit the back. Here we go.
Abdullaev wants to just punish Salas when they get in close. Salas going to have to fight his way out of there.
Salas actually doing a pretty good job of not allowing himself to be pinned in the corner. And again, it goes low, and now we're making a point to Duck.
Yeah. 1 point over here. 1 point over here.
So the third warning, and I thought this is
Keep him up.
the least of the low
ready?
blows in terms of
Yeah, here we go.
damage
Time
that
it.
it did to the opposition.
So now it means Salas is going to have to go just to have the round. He lets Abdullaev win the round. And you can see Abdullaev opening up here. And I think this round still may be decided in the final 5 seconds. We'll be back.
Rugged, tough, the
Good as scoring a knockdown.
Yeah, and that in a fight where Salas is hoping just to outpoint him, it makes it a very tough task. Now, Abdullaev into uncharted waters here, into the 6th round for the first time. But Abdullaev, good left hand there, and knocks Salas backward. Blood continuing to pour from the nose of Salas. And Sean O'Grady, you've been in a situation like this. Blood pouring from the nose could indicate a broken nose. Makes it very tough on a fighter, doesn't it?
On the back of your throat, and that's causing a problem. Your breathing is restricted. You got to breathe through a bloody congested nose. That's a problem. And you don't want to blow your nose because of the swelling around the eyes. Joe Salas has a lot of problems. There's also a cut in his hair over on the left side of his head. You know, he's been eating those right hands all night, and that is the biggest thing that he has to overcome at this point. Very difficult position for him, guys.
All right, thanks, Sean. Yeah, very tough indeed.
And Abdullaev, to me, does not look like he's slowing down or wearing down or whatever as a result of seeing the first 6th round of his career.
No, on the contrary. In fact, he's getting Salas going backward a lot more this round.
I got to stop.
Regardless, a very good test for Abdullaev, I think.
Yeah, because Salas is a good fighter, and he's got skills, but he has some weaknesses that are being exposed in this fight and that are costing him in this fight defensively. He's dead game though, Barry. And
yeah, he is.
The problem is when you've got an opponent bearing down on you who really has an advantage over you in terms of strength and power, well, you're really fighting from behind.
Salas, steam kind of going out of Salas's punches here. He kind of aimed that right hand.
See Platanito written on the back of the trunks, which means little banana. Which, you know, hey, I'd choose another nickname.
I think so, yeah.
It was up to me. It's not what I'd want to be known as, but hey, to each his own.
Good right hand. That, again, shook Salas. And a very effective round for Abdullaev. Sports Show Period, weeknights at 8 and 11, only on Fox Sports Net. The Emmy-nominated Best Damn Sports Show Period.
All right, thanks.
Abdullaev and Salas in round number 7.
Joel Salas is in a tough spot right now. He's a kid who comes from a boxing family. His dad was a professional boxer. His brothers box. They're familiar with the tough parts of this sport, and it's tough for him right now. Salas, by the way, is a student up at Oxnard College where he studies physical therapy.
Stop. I need to know with you.
He's going to need some, I think, after this fight.
Yeah, he'll need a rest for sure.
Salas is absolutely game. It's by no means by degrading the performance of Salas. He's just in there against a guy who doesn't have a break.
He's weakening.
Yeah.
Salas is beginning to really give way here.
You know, I think that right hand behind the ear a moment ago kind of shook him a little bit. I think his legs betrayed him for just a moment. A couple of voices in the crowd that could cut glass, aren't there?
They're coming from the corner, actually, of Salas. So his friends and family over there urging him on.
Good right hand again. Left himself open for that right hand.
Stop. I got you.
That voice I think you're hearing is Salas's mom,
Stop it.
Imanda.
Some good work there from Salas.
No.
Joel is weak, but he's doing better, actually, this round.
The left hand, a long left hand by Abdullaev.
Stop.
Abdullaev now looks like he might just be trying to load up.
You know, that's the problem for Salas, is that one big shot of Abdullaev seems to nullify those 3 or 4 that he might land.
Coming to the end of round number 7.
I wear my K-Swiss. I wear my K-Swiss.
At the mall.
With my jeans.
Here. Cover of Sports Illustrated. Christy Martin. Looking to maybe fight Mia St. John in the future. I was talking to her earlier tonight. She said, yeah, we'll line them up. We'll take Mia, maybe Layla, and Lucia Riker. One by one, we'll get them all done.
This business.
Stop.
Now, Christy Martin and Lucia Riker, that's a fight I'd like to see.
No.
Let me tell you, those two can fight.
Yes.
Hide the women and children if they ever get in there, because it'll be a real brawl.
Good left hand by Abdullaev. Good left hand again.
That hurt Salas. He wobbled.
He's looking to his corner, and he may have just about had enough. He took a long look at his corner.
Well, they can't help him at that point.
He's pretty beaten up. Nose is busted up, got a cut on his head, got a welt under his eye. His legs are betraying him big time here. It will not take a lot here.
And he's just weakening by the minute, it seems. There's good strategy by Abdullaev, leading with a long left hook.
Last one. Okay, come on.
I think Salas's legs are gone. And he doesn't have much snap in his punches either.
Stop.
Uppercut.
Come on. You stay up the mat. Come on. Stop.
This is an impressive showing by Abdullaev. I'm far more impressed with him tonight than I was when we saw him not long ago when he defeated Miguel Ruiz, or rather Jesus Santiago.
Yeah, it is much better. And isn't that interesting, though, how so many fighters will rise or fall to the level of their opponent? In this case, the former. Salas still trying to battle.
He's a brave guy, Salas.
Stop. I got you.
End of round number 8.
And between rounds, Kenny Adams just laid into Abdullaev.
And of course, it really sounded for all the world as though Abdullaev did not understand a word that Kenny Adams was saying. Good uppercut again.
Stop.
That is the mother of Joel Salas, and they're rooting on her boy. A low blow again.
Fourth low blow. Might be another point.
1 point.
Yep, another point taken from Salas.
1 point, low blow. This one. Next one, you're going, all right? Next one, you finish. All right? Stay right there. Stay right there.
Being threatened now with
Ready to
disqualification.
continue? You okay? Ready to continue?
I was saying that Kenny Adams
Go.
just laid into
Stop it.
Abdullaev between rounds for throwing one punch at a time and for not throwing more jabs. He said, don't give me one, give me 1, 2, 3.
And Salas continues to fight back.
Again, facing that tough situation of having to win the round now just to get an even break on the scorecard.
It's been hard for Salas to win any round. I've got him winning 1 round on my card.
Kenny Adams between the rounds told Abdullaev, we need these rounds.
Well, there have been times you and I have been wrong.
Well, yeah.
And again, it looks as though Salas is about to go.
Abdullaev just digging with those shots.
Salas still there and still throwing punches. But again, he takes a long look at his corner.
Stop.
Abdullaev still has things to learn as a professional. He's not going to walk through the pro ranks the way he did the amateur.
That's it.
The fight.
They're going to stop it.
DQ, right there, disqualified.
Fight's over.
Well, 5 low blows and a disqualification. It may be a moot point in any case. So a 9th round disqualification is the way this one ends, but I don't think the decision was going to be in doubt at all, Rich.
Well, I thought Abdullaev had taken control of the fight. And there were actually 2 low blows in this round. There's the first one by Salas, who we told you before the fight had a tremendous left hook to the body. And right there, the referee told him, 1 more and you're out of here. And there's 1 more.
And that one was very low. There was no doubt about it. I thought the referee did a good job. He did what needed to be done. And in truth, he might have actually been doing Salas a favor in the end, because Salas was starting to take a real legitimate beating. We'll come back. We'll wrap up this first fight. We'll look ahead to our main event.
Joel Salas is disqualified. Your winner by TKO, Mohamed Abdullaev.
So Mohamed Abdullaev runs his record to 7-0, and along the way has picked up 5 knockouts. Here are the highlights, Rich.
Well, that was a tough fight. There you see that big left hook early, but also you see the first of the low blows. That happened in round 1. So as the fight wore on, we saw more of those low